Hi everyone, and welcome to the Risk Awareness Week.
Now, what do I mean by human risk? Well, it's a very broad definition. It's the risk of people doing things they shouldn't or not doing things they should. And I've deliberately chosen a very, very broad definition for this because I want to encompass all of the aspects of human behavior. So when we think about people making mistakes, getting things wrong, there can be people deliberately doing things or people accidentally doing it.
This presentation is the state of the art in quantitative risk assessment. And this is the first session of 3. In this session, we're going to be talking about philosophy and setting the framework.
Why do these things happen? And why do they keep happening? And a very significant question that popped up to me at the time was, what was my role in that manifesting? Because quite clearly I'm part of the ecosystem, and maybe I'm only one part of it, a small part, but my thoughts and my actions and what I do on a day-to-day basis have influence on what goes on.
I'm glad to talk to you today about a subject which is unusual for me, which is not to talk about risk management, but why I'm afraid risk management has become a millstone around many organizations' necks in the world.
Most importantly, I think it's incredibly helpful for managing the dialogue that you as a risk analyst need to have with your executive, with your senior management, and also with the people who come to you with their expertise and their experience and their knowledge and everything.
Also, risk and risk management is mandatory, well, in bracket, for Annex SL. What is Annex SL? It's an internal document in ISO, which is a requirement to follow for all ISO management system standard, like ISO 9000, 14000, 26000, 50000, 45000, etc. So that you can see that risk management is becoming more and more important.
So a good example of a cognitive bias that we use is something called confirmation bias. Now, confirmation bias sees us looking at information that we're presented and looking for confirmation of what we already know. We make decisions very quickly, we have opinions that we formed, and what we do is we sift through further evidence that appears and tend to focus on the information that confirms what we already know.
And a few points I wanted to make here, that risk management is ultimately about changing the way people behave and make decisions, make uncertain future material decisions.
And we should put the onus back on employers to actually effectively assess the risk and decide what to be done. And we started to write risk management into our legislation there.